For the whole three of you that care, I had intended for this video to be out about a month ago, actually a bit more, like a month and a half ago, but of course it didn't happen for various reasons, between me just being generally busy with school, getting a new job, and this being about my fourth or fifth time completely rewriting the script. I just wasn't able to get it done when I would have liked to. I also had my annual burnout from War Thunder over the past month, and that kind of just adds on to what I'm going to be talking about today. I made my War Thunder account just over 7 years ago now, and it's been a very long 7 years. I've played the game somewhere around 8,500 hours, which, while I agree is an absurd number by itself, I pretty much exclusively played War Thunder for years, so it isn't quite as bad. I'm also really not sure how short or long this video will turn out to be, but I guess we'll just see. The original intent for this video was to go over all the vehicles I've unlocked after my 7 years and whatnot of playing this game, but I decided I wanted to transition it to be a bit more of a discussion about whether playing War Thunder is really worth it at all. Since I haven't played since just before the last update, I don't really have any of the newer vehicles, but before that update I did have every single tech tree plane unlocked, as well as most of the tanks and all of the tech trees. I'd say around 75% or more of all the ground vehicles. Of course, I really don't touch naval much except for like once a year when I feel like it, but ARB is by far the mode I play the most. Looking back at the amount of time and money I spent on this game, I almost start to feel regret. I mean, I definitely did have a lot of fun playing, but now that I'm an adult, I'm really starting to think about whether or not it was actually worth it. March 18th, 2017 was a day that honestly changed my life a bit, which, don't get me wrong, sounds a bit cringy to say, but thinking of the friends I've made and stuff I may never have known I was interested in or anything else, my life might be a bit different. The fact that I was 13 when I made that account and I'm quickly closing in on turning 21 is crazy to me. But the biggest question I have for myself, and for any of you watching, is would you have started playing War Thunder if you knew everything you did now? If you had to go back to whenever you started, no matter how long ago it was, and make that decision again, would you do it? I'm honestly not sure if I would. Throughout this video, I hope I can give a bit more detail and give it a bit more thought. Before all that, I'd like to thank my channel members Caden Cantrell and Freezing Cold. Thank you both for supporting the channel, and thanks to everyone who subscribed recently since I passed 800 subs within the last couple weeks or so. I think that there's a lot that has to go into a decision like whether I would have played War Thunder or not. Like I already mentioned, I spent an enormous amount of time and money on the game, which was it worth it? I'm not really sure, but probably not. Well, on the one hand, I have gotten a lot of entertainment and fun out of it, but on the other hand, it's probably a lot of time and money that was better spent elsewhere. That's not to say you shouldn't spend any time or money on War Thunder, but to the extent that I have, probably isn't the best. What's even worse is that despite all this time and money, there's still so much I don't have in the game, which is a whole discussion for another day. War Thunder isn't a game where it's reasonable to get everything, it just won't happen. This is something I really wished I had ingrained in my mind when I first started playing, since I spent way more time than I would have otherwise. Not even to mention all the time wasted on the exact same planes in different tech trees. I have less and less time to play in the first place with school and work, which wasn't too bad last month since I was burnt out, but being burnt out from War Thunder means it's harder to make videos, which I do enjoy doing, and I plan to continue for a long time. Hopefully I won't have long breaks quite like this one from now on, but I also have to think about what will happen if I quit War Thunder one day. For all I know, one of these burnout breaks will end with me just never opening the game again, or one day, years and years in the future, War Thunder will shut down. Again, that's years and years away, but with the current model, it'll probably happen one day. I do think that I will be getting a lot of fun out of War Thunder, but the grind can be exhausting. The past few months I've been trying to play more for fun and worry less about the grind, and I do highly suggest that you do that too. It makes the game so much more bearable and fun, but when I think back at the amount of stress this game has caused me, it really leads me in the direction of wishing I never played in the first place. There have been positive things that have come up from this game, like people I have met and friends I have made, as well as starting this channel, but I'm really not sure if the positives outweigh what seems like massive negatives. I honestly don't know if I could recommend War Thunder to someone who's never played it, just because it can get so bad. Over the last year or so, it's gotten a lot better, but parts of it will probably always be bad. Gaijin's refusal to fix certain issues screams their true intentions, as if we didn't already know them. I still remember the first hour, as well as the first $1 I spent on the game. Funnily enough, the first premium I bought was the T29 when I'm now an air YouTuber. Can I even call myself that? I guess I am making YouTube videos, so it meets the definition by technicality. Back to the topic at hand, I really never thought about quitting the game, and I'm still not planning on it. I'll probably continue to play and pay for new premiums, though probably to a lesser extent as I have less time than ever. I'm honestly even shocked that it seems like I might write this script all in one go, but back to that question, if I went back to 2017, would I have made my War Thunder account? It might be fun to experience everything for the first time again, not knowing how bad it would get. Again, I'm having a bit more fun now that I'm not focusing on the grind, but I spent years doing that and it sucked. I can't even begin to imagine what I would have done with all that time. I probably wouldn't do it all over again. I've already had the fun, and while I'm definitely interested in what will be added in the next few years, I don't think it'd be worth my time to start from scratch knowing the levels of grind. The future additions is partially what keeps me interested, as I can't wait to see how more modern planes and weapons are implemented, but honestly I feel like it's hard to spend over 7 years of your life playing one game. You already spend so much of your life doing stuff like work and school that your extra time is probably better spent on something that isn't just a game. Of course, that isn't to say games are bad, but the amount of time I personally spent is way higher than it probably should have been. Even if I had spent less time and money, I'm still not entirely sure if I would go back and play War Thunder all over again, just due to the amount of bullshit that you have to put up with to play this game. Whether it's the game itself, or other players, or Gaijin just being Gaijin, there's still annoyances that can get to you. Don't get me wrong, I have enjoyed a lot of the time I spent playing, but again, there's almost a sense of regret now that I'm older and seeing other things that could have also been fun, but maybe more productive had I diverted just half the time I spent on this game. Nowadays, half the time I play is just for videos, which is arguably better, but sometimes can be annoying. I do enjoy these videos, and I will continue to play War Thunder and make more videos, but I do wonder where I'd be had I never seen those videos from people like Fly and Baron Von Games and anyone else back in 2017 or 2016. But I did see them, and I did make an account, and I did download the game, and I did play. While I say I probably wouldn't have played had I known what I know now, I can't exactly go back in time and stop it. I think part of what keeps me playing is the sunk cost fallacy, but it's probably a mix of that plus me having a bit of fun as well as being interested in the future of the game. If someone who's never played were to ask me about it, I'd probably tell them to temper their expectations and stick to a single nation or two. Like I said earlier, I'm not sure if I would suggest the game to anyone, but I don't think I would push away anyone super hard. Outside of this being a bit of a rant, I'd like for you to leave a comment and let me know what you think. Do you regret any time or money spent on the game? I think I regret the money more than the time at this point, but it is what it is. What are you gonna do? If you enjoyed this video and are still here, please let me know by liking and hitting that subscribe button.